Hey everybody, what is going on? It's your boys at 33, welcoming you back to another episode of TFT Concepts. Today, it's actually going to be the rise of the concepts, kind of a tie into Halloween there, and as well as Rise of the Elements. If you don't realize what that is, it's the the new patch 9.22 is Rise of the Elements, and it includes a massive change to TFT in which Set 2 has been released. Now, with Set 2 being released, we've made a change to TFT Concepts. No longer will be listing Set 1 traits and origins and classes, whatever they are called. We're actually going to be using Set 2 versions, and today, some champions that were originally in Set 1 has been drafted over to this set, and some new champions that we have never talked about. Anyway, let's jump into the first character, and it will be a returning character. The first character will be Elise. Now, Elise can be seen as a 3-cost champion, and is sort of a similar thing to what Malzahar in Set 2 is. She's going to be a shadow summoner, and the way she'll work is she'll create spiderlings when she casts her ult. She'll also transform into her spiderling form, and what she can do in this form is, obviously, when her spiderlings have all died, she can repel up into the air and then basically jump down onto the nearest target or any target in range and transform back into a normal form. She'll then obviously build up mana again in order to cast her ultimate again, and thus be slightly stronger than what Malzahar is in the game. Yeah, that's sort of how she should work. Moving on to our actual first idea from the official TFT Discord. Now, if you don't realize, I'm a member of this Discord, and I asked the general chat for ideas for what champion we could talk about, and they said Zoe. Originally, they did say Vayne, but they're kind of dumb and didn't realize that she's already in set 2. But anyway, let's talk about Zoe. Zoe, I feel, is going to be this 2-cost champion which fits into the mage and mystic class, obviously allowing the cast of her ultimate twice in a row. Could be very useful in terms of her ability. Now, her ability suggested by the chat was that she's able to teleport with her space portal 2 hexes forward and then hits the champions that are nearest to her with an E. Now that E, if you don't realize, is her Sleepy Trouble Bubble, and they will be stunned after a few seconds. Now this is a fairly unique stun, as there isn't really any stun like this other than probably Annie in set 2. And so having something like this that can stun a possibility of 2 champions at once is very big. And yeah, we should be honestly looking to get something like this into TFT. Now, next champion we're going to discuss is going to be Zilean. Zilean, I feel, is going to be the remake of Kale into TFT. The reason I say that is he's going to be a 5-cost champion in my mind. And what he's going to have is his Shurima Desert skin, and be a druid as well. His main in-game ult will be used here, where he revives a target, maybe himself, maybe someone else, who knows. But they get revived with a set amount of health. It's obviously, it'll be a very high charge up, shall we say, in terms of how much mana it'll cost to obviously cast it, because you don't want this ultimate just constantly reviving the same person over and over again, making it so broken that that character physically can't die. So, what we can do is obviously make it extremely powerful. Give X amount of health instead of reviving multiple targets. as the ability, and overall be actually a kind of more RNG ult, like the game mode really is. Moving on to the next champion we're going to talk about is Alawi. Alawi, I feel, will be this 5-cost champion. The reason I say that is she's going to be a summoner and berserker, and usually when you mention the word summoner and Alawi, you kind of think of tentacles, and you wouldn't be wrong. She's going to cast a big ultimate that summons about 8 or 7 tentacles, depending on what level. Obviously they'll go up, and whenever she auto attacks, them tentacles slap down onto that target, dealing a tremendous amount of damage. As you can see right now, 4 tentacles are going to hit this one target and boom, that is a ton of damage. Yeah, honestly is a very powerful champion that I think could be used quite heavily in a summoner team, but who knows. Moving on swiftly, we have our final champion for the set, and it's going to be Shaco. Now, Shaco, I feel, is going to be a 4-cost champion who fits probably into the Summoner class and also the Blade Master class with his knives and blades. Now, the reason I say this is because he's a summoner is because he can use his in-game ultimate where he becomes untargetable for a couple of seconds and summons a clone of himself. Obviously, it's on the timer, and when it dies, it will summon Jack-in-the-Boxes which do AoE damage to targets around it, making him quite a useful champion. Honestly, he's similar to how Zed is in terms of his living clone in normal TFT in the set 2. Yeah, it's kind of a weaker version of that. Obviously, the Shaco clone will have less health and is easier to kill than the main clone. Well, the main version of Shaco. And yeah, it could be seen as a very, very powerful tool and champion to use. Kind of like Kani. That's my honest opinion of the champion. But that is going to be it for this episode of TFT Concepts. It is very late right now. I've only just finished it. It is Wednesday as well. Today it's due. I actually had nothing planned for today as I was expecting patch 9.22 to be fully released during the day. So I'm probably going to record a load of games because I need a footage for tomorrow as well because it's obviously Wednesday. But that's going to be it for you today, guys. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are new around here, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.